Hello, class. So it's time to move on to the midterm. The midterm will cover everything we've watched and read so far. That includes all of the play Tartuffe by Moliere, the beginning of the essay What is Enlightenment by Immanuel Kant, and then the poems The World is Too Much With Us by William Wordsworth, The Infinite by Giacomo Leopardi, and then Correspondences by Charles Baudelaire. And then also the oral folklore we read, the story of Anansi from West Africa, the story of All God's Chillin' from the southeastern United States, and then Little Red Cap from Europe. So, to study for the midterm, use the study guides in each section. Those are questions that you can use to quiz yourself to see how well you know the material. Use that to prepare. And make sure you know for each of the readings the author's name, if there is one. The oral literature doesn't have authors. The language that the text was originally discovered in or originally composed in, the time period it comes from, and the main idea of the work. Also, remember the literary terms that we worked on so far. We learned that Tartuffe is a comedy. Remember, a comedy is a type of play that uses stock characters and situational irony and has a happy ending. Tartuffe is also a satire. A satire is a mode of writing when an author uses humor, like caricature and mockery, to make a point, to enact some criticism of his contemporary society. Remember Kant's definition of enlightenment. Enlightenment is emergence from a state of immaturity, where we can think for ourselves. Not thinking for oneself is considered like a state of immaturity, like being a child. Also, remember the poetic form of the sonnet. Wordsworth and Baudelaire both wrote sonnets. The sonnet is that 14-line poem that consists of an octave and a sestet. In between, there is the volta. There's a shift or a change in perspective or tone. Also remember that the Romantic poets wrote about the sublime. The sublime is that feeling of fear and awe when we contemplate the immensity of the natural world, like when Leopardi was contemplating the immense amount of space beyond that hill where he liked to sit. And then in oral literature, we saw archetypal characters. We saw the wise old man in All God's Chillin', and we see the trickster in Anansi. So, remember, the midterm has a total of 16 questions. 15 of them are multiple choice or true-false. They're worth 3 points each. And then there's one essay question that's worth 20 points. The essay question contains 3 topics to choose from. You only have to choose one. And remember, this is an essay question, so I expect your answer to have an introduction paragraph with a thesis statement, at least one body paragraph with main idea and supporting details, and a brief conclusion paragraph. This test is also timed. You have 75 minutes to complete the exam. So make sure you're prepared by using the study guides to quiz yourself and reviewing the material that I mentioned. If you're not prepared, the test will take longer and you'll lose out on time to work on the essay. So when you take the exam, make sure you're in a nice quiet place where you can concentrate, where you won't be disturbed for the whole 75 minutes. If you prepare well by making some review notes and you use your time wisely to work on the essay, then I'm sure you'll do well. Good luck.